According to StreamYard, it is showtime, boys and girls. Good morning. Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Let's see what actually works. Hope you're having a great day so far, wherever you are. Got a little of that little muffin is still kind of working its way down. Anyway, again, thanks for hanging out with me today, whether it's on the live version right now or in the replay a little bit later, and hope you're having a great day so far wherever you are. I'm here in the California desert, Rancho Mirage, California, Southern California, Mission Hills Country Club. Gonna be a gorgeous day here, man. Like 73? I don't know. That sounds pretty good. So guys, a couple things before we dive into today's topic, which is, hey man, you got to cover your half of the court. All right. Okay. Thank you. Let's chat about that in doubles. So look, first of all, at 7:30 Pacific time every day this month in January, I am hosting a live video, Facebook and YouTube as well, and we're going through the reboot. If you're interested in learning more about maybe some ideas, some ways to reboot the old body for whatever reason, it's been a pretty bizarre 2020, and maybe it's a good opportunity to start some kind of a reboot or reset in the body. Could be to lose weight, could be that you're looking for better sleep, maybe you're looking for recovery. Trying to get quicker in the tennis court, maybe a little bit better endurance. You're the guy or the gal at the end of the long three-setter who's going, big deal, let's play 5. Come on. So join me every morning at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, if you can. And we go about 15 minutes, and I give you some ideas. Some of it is a lot of it's mindset, right? A lot of that is mindset. Anyway, and what else have I got going today? Oh, I got to give a little shout out to K-Swiss and Marty Hines for a couple of shirts that I got indirectly through Jeff Jacklich. I got from Jeff Jacklich. Thank you, Marty. And beautiful shirts. If you're looking for some new gear, check out what K-Swiss has got. So guys, this is around 7, right? We're going to go for about 7 minutes every morning at around 7. So let's dig in. And the first thing I want to do today is Harris. Thank you for perfect the pre-workout routine. Perfect. Okay, I'm not sure if it's perfect or perfect. One of the two. Guys, I want to share a video with you from yesterday. We had a little disagreement yesterday on what I was trying to coach you on yesterday. And I love that. That's great. I don't sit up here on some kind of a pedestal going, this is the one and only way to do this thing in tennis. And again, I'm just kind of giving you options of something to consider. Definitely things that have worked for me and things that haven't worked for me. And you got to get out there and work on this stuff on your own and kind of tinker with it. So let me bring up this video and let's go with this one here to start, which is yesterday's video. And I believe it is this one here. Yeah. So, this is actually the second serve part. And we initially talked about, hey, you know what? For me, I like to look back at my partner, assuming that I've got an opponent here who rarely, if ever, poaches, right? Now, if this guy's the mad poacher, I'm definitely going to do a couple things. Number one, as the serve goes back, I'm going to take a quick peek just to see what they're loading up to do, if anything. I am going to, at least out of my peripheral, get an idea of what my partner is doing, right? And in this case, what I've got an idea right now is I can see they're running around. They're running around their backhand. They're going to play a forehand. Now, at this point, if I've got, if I got the mad poacher, I will probably right now go ahead and then start focusing on what, if anything, he's about to do. But in this case, I've got a guy who, just rarely poaches. So that's the reason, obviously, for looking back. And this is where we got into some discussion yesterday, is I was saying, well, if I don't look back, I don't know that my partner has run around the backhand, played a forehand, and is now kind of stuck in the middle, actually the middle of the court, right? And so my thought is always, if that's the case, I should be covering over here, right? And I think where the discussion came in is everyone said, well, if that's the case, how come Keith doesn't cover behind you? Well, look, Keith and I, this was the first time we'd ever played doubles together, right? And so we don't know each other's instincts. But if you really look at what Paul's doing with his volley here, his half volley, it looks like he's kind of shove it to this side of the court. And I think Keith sees that, and he's not convinced yet that I'm actually going to cover, right? If it was an early cover, if I had started earlier, yeah, I mean, he would have never, ever come back here behind me, right? But he's not sure. And so he sees that I've got it. He now puts on the brakes, and he starts to go, all right, well, if this isn't a winner from Brent, I've got to scoot on over there. So look, here's the other thing that I want everyone to know is that you can't tell me that there's a perfect solution for each and every situation of the game. You can't even tell me there's a perfect solution for one situation in the game. You can't tell me that it's wrong to look back. You can't tell me that it's, wrong to not look back, right? There is no perfect solution that you can kind of create a mathematical formula of how you could actually play the game of tennis. There's too many variables out there you can't control. And if that's the case, then look, a lot of it becomes a guessing game, especially in doubles. So anyway, I hope that helps. I want to show you another video here that is going to get into where we at. We're already at 7:20. I'm sorry. I'll make this quick. And this is a video where, let's see, let's go all the way back here. This is a video where, how someone says, hey man, you got to cover your half of the court. All right. So that no matter what happens here, you got to cover your half of the court. Well, look, let's talk about reality. In reality, maybe in the Pro Tour, that works because the guys are fast enough to be able to have good court position. And we're focusing on Keith today, my partner. We're, the tour level, these guys can actually have really good court position and be able to come back and cover their half of the court. Doesn't happen all the time. I mean, you can't tell me that every doubles team says you got to cover your half, and that happens every time. But in this case here, right, this is going to be a return where, I hit a good topper backhand return. And that's my job, right? My job is to put the ball in front of my partner and let him decide what he's going to do. Now, look, in reality, I mean, here's a guy who's 65 plus years old, Keith Porter. Oh, by the way, has won 2 world doubles titles. I think he knows what he's doing. And so he's looking, actually, he's not thinking about having to cover here, right? We're kind of teaming up on this thing. I'm putting the ball in front of him with my return, and I'm telling him, hey, I want you to get involved. I want you to be involved, because if you're thinking you got to cover this back here, then he's not going to ever look at possibly moving across and picking this thing off, right? And so here's my point, is that whether you're returning serve like this, or whether you are serve and volley or approach and volley or whatever it is, the guy who was back, right? The guy who starts in the back court, you're either serving, you're returning. For a shot, maybe 2, you've got actually to cover 75% of the court. Obviously, you got to cover this part, which is your half here, but you've also got to be able to cover the back half over here, which is maybe another 25% of the court. And if you can't do that, either because you've got some physical limitation, I get it. I totally get it. And if that's the case, then you know what? Your partner is not going to be able to do this without a bigger risk of that opponent lobbing into the up the line there. So I know this goes against what everyone is wanting to do, right? Hey man, you got to cover your half of the court. I got mine, you got yours. That's not really a partnership, if you ask me. And so to me, a partnership is based on whoever starts back, whether you're serving or whether you're returning. In general, your job is to put the ball in front of your partner. Obviously, we do that when we're serving. Unless we're playing an I formation or the Aussie formation, if we're playing the standard formation, we're serving into the box that's directly in front of our net partner. And look, that's my job, is to try to create serves, whether it's from power, whether it's from spin, whether it's from mixing up direction, whatever that is. My job is to put the ball in front of my partner to enable them to be able to either poach or fake poach or show some kind of movement that's distracting to that returner. And then my next shot is the same thing. My next shot is, again, if I'm playing serve and volley, are you telling me that you can play serve and volley and you can go all the way from the baseline up inside the service line and join your partner before you play another shot? I doubt it. I doubt it. So look, you're going to have to transition. And as you transition, that's right, you're probably going to have to cover that deep lob over your partner, which goes against the grain of, hey man, you got to cover your half of the court. Because I want my partner looking for something that they can pick off. I want my partner in a court position that's at least in the middle of their service box, where they're fake poaching. They're doing something to visually distract. So 2 days in a row, right? I've kind of broken the mold. I've told you things that 90% of the coaches out there will say, oh man, don't ever look back. Oh no, don't look back. Hey, or look, oh yeah, you got to cover your half of the court, the entire thing. Let's get real. Let's just get real. Anyway, so I hope this has helped. Look, guys, as always, love to get your feedback. Gives me something to, gives me some more stuff to think about throughout the day for what I can bring you maybe tomorrow or, in upcoming days, upcoming videos. But either leave a comment or a question in the comments area. You can shoot me a direct message or an email, brent@webtennis.com. Always love to hear from you, and I promise to respond. One last thing, and I know, here we are. We're almost doubling the seven, we're going 14 around 7 today. My apologies. But anyway, look, if you're struggling with your topspin second serve, just go over to webtennis.com. I've got a free course over there for you. It's really to do two things, right? To help you practically eliminate double faults. I will never tell you it's, again, it's, here's the mathematical formula to never double fault again. Anyone telling you that is full of balagna. But look, to practically eliminate double faults and at the same time be able to create some natural swing speed so that you get a nice high quality spin that's got a bounce, got a serious bounce over there. And if you get good at it, yeah, maybe you can start to get a little serious, more bounce, like as in a kick serve. I got a free course, webtennis.com. Just go ahead and go on over there, drop in a first name and email address, and you will be all set. Guys, with that said, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys and gals, I'll see you again tomorrow.